Good evening. I've been considering exactly in what terms to couch what what we the public in this country have been experiencing recently. And I just saw a video entitled The Eight Spiders on a channel called Lamino. There will be a link below. It's a fantastic video. I really suggest you watch it. But the gist of it is there is a myth out there that people eat eight spiders annually in their sleep. This myth was debunked supposedly by Lisa Burgett Holst, and she referenced the original material for this as a 1954 book on insects. Uh, Watch the video; it'll explain it in detail. But as it turns out, Lisa Burgett Holst is just an anagram for "this is a big troll." Lisa Burgett Holst does not even exist, even though she is cited on Snopes, which is a pretty reputable website for researching this kind of stuff. But she is cited on Snopes as being the one who debunked the original eight spider myth. Now, the fact is, whoever created Lisa Burgett Holst supposedly at the same time created the eight spider myth. So it's quite convoluted. Um, but the thing is, if you have been fooled, if you have been fooled to that extent by someone who is supposedly using references that don't even exist or are in and of themselves just a troll, you ate eight spiders. So from now on, that is going to be the sign that not only were you taken in, but you were taken in by somebody who was creating out of the whole cloth a myth that did not even exist before to fool you into believing a myth that they debunked. So obviously, it's just a spider web of misinformation that you're caught up in, that someone comes along to debunk when there's nothing to debunk to begin with. Now I've confused even myself. The fact is, if you believe anything that the Trump clan and his cronies or the Republicans have been trying to foist off on the American public now for some time, you just ate eight spiders. Because this is what the Republicans did. They created this farce that the only way Trump could lose is if the Democrats somehow pulled off this fraud that nobody can quite get a handle on because there's no real evidence. But on top of that, they used the confusion of the coronavirus, which was also a hoax, being foisted off on the American people. But it wasn't a hoax because Trump caught it, didn't he? Now it's starting to get really confusing. But they're using the hoax of the coronavirus as evidence that the Democrats are using the hoax of the coronavirus to jimmy the election by having all this mail-in stuff and early voting, and it just gets so confusing. There's just too many damn spiders out there. But the fact is, if you believe any of the nonsense other than the fact that this election was as fair as any that we've had, and certainly a country of this size with elections that are this complicated is always going to have some fraud, and there is, in fact, evidence of dead people voting. At least 3 cases that we know of. They all voted for Donald Trump, but there were dead people that were voting. The thing is, if you believe that the coronavirus was a hoax foisted on the American people so the Democrats could jimmy the election because there was no way Trump could possibly lose unless they cheated, you just ate 8 spiders. Watch the video. You'll understand. Thank you for watching. Talk to you tomorrow.